want to try when I'm young. When I'm old, I want to be chilling, smoking my weed on my porch. If I have a porch.
You have a porch?
I might be in the woods.
with your own, like, you know,
on my land, on my farm, be a ganja farmer when I retire. That's my plan. It's Vaughn Nola, baby. How's it going? How's it going? This is Vaughn Nola, and you're watching Coffee Talk with Vaughn Nola and friends. I don't know. So this is ParkyPark, and this is Wonder. And today, on this second episode of Coffee Talk, we're gonna talk about Generation Entitled, aka Generation Y, aka how you say it?
Millennials.
Millennials. There you go. I'm from New Orleans. I can't pronounce words right. Few words that are described of Generation Y. We are the worst, most entitled, most spoiled generation. We wear hipster clothes, and we are changing corporate norms for the better. So at least that's the one positive. We're changing something for the better. So to get into it, the first question.
I hate being included in that word. We. That word "we" is.
Your Generation Y.
I know, but
I
hate that word. Deal with it. It doesn't matter.
I want to be in the gray area.
Wait, can I say I wasn't born in America, so technically I'm not part of it?
But you were raised in America.
So are.
That fits for you. Some Queens are in there too.
I know. Yeah.
It's about age groups, not country of origin.
So I get it.
So, do you believe Generation Y feel they do not have to sacrifice or put in as much work as the older generation in order to get a promotion or have a flexible work life they deserve?
Duh.
Yes, but that.
I mean, they didn't grow up in the Grapes of Wrath era where, you know, they had to fight for survival. You know, that's our great-grandparents. That's what they grew up in. They grew up in a time where they didn't even know if they would live.
Yeah.
Because of their work life.
Life expectancy was shorter.
Life expectancy was shorter. You actually had to fight to survive.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you're almost guaranteed to survive. I say that very willingly because
that's when police brutality was real.
Yeah,
that's when it was real back then.
And then you had the next generation, the baby boomers. The baby boomers wanted. You were saying earlier, the baby boomers wanted to make everything better.
So I guess
they gave us everything.
Well, no,
they gave us everything.
So do you feel we don't have to put in as much work?
It depends. Okay, like that also depends on who you look at as we like. Yeah, overall in general, yes. Most of us, I feel like, do deserve that we deserve this, we deserve that, we deserve that we get paid more for working less and all that stuff. But that's because, like, psychologically, we seek comfort. We already have safety. That's like number one thing. We already have a place that we should call safe. Yeah, shelter. That's the safety. And
shelter,
then now,
food.
Like comfort is like next after shelter and food.
Right.
So what do we do to get comfort? Money.
Yeah.
So we work hard.
Get money.
We
We work enough to get the things we want.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it.
Because our previous generation.
We want more. We want more.
Our previous generation, they worked the same job until they died or until retirement. So I think that's what they get into, saying like, for example, if you've ever read the book Tim Ferriss, The 4-Hour Work Week, I think that is. And if you think that's probably the Bible of our generation, I know I read that book. I like that lifestyle. I work 4 hours a week, and I can do everything I want. I think that's what they're implying with our generation is we don't want to work as much. We just want to work just enough to get what we want. And why not? Like if you don't need more than what you need, then why try to get all that?
I want to say we is the correct term to use. I'm not like that's what it is. We is the correct term to use, but it's not all.
Yeah, it is not.
Even some of us in this, the millennials, were taught right from our parents. Like, you know,
I mean, that's gonna be in every generation.
Yeah, it's gonna be in every generation. There's gonna be like a select few that just because of the way they were raised, some cultures that they were raised in, just don't fit perfectly with so-called millennials ruining, Generation Y ruining
the world.
Yeah, with our.
That's what they're. It's a. I guess I think on one, so in one of the things I researched, they said there's a lot more entrepreneurs in our generation, and I can agree because me myself, I'm an entrepreneur, and that's because we want that freedom. We don't want to work the average 9-to-5 job where you get up, go do the same thing, go to the rat race, do that, work 20 or 30 years in the same job, where you're not happy, you're miserable, you spend less time with your family, you're not doing your passion. So yeah, our generation, we want to pursue our passion more because the generation before us, they couldn't pursue their passion. They had to work hard. They had to do these things so we can have the lifestyle we have now, where we now can benefit from the fruits of their labor. So okay, well, thank you, Generation X. Thank you, baby boomers. Now I can do what I want for passion because you guys laid the groundwork for us, and I don't see nothing wrong with that.
So can I make an analogy with like someone famous? So is it like what Will Smith kind of did to Jaden Smith?
Oh my God.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we are kind of perceived. Like Generation
But I
Y is
am
perceived like Jaden Smith.
Look, don't compare me with that person. Do not.
I mean,
So-
do not compare me with that guy. We don't claim him. We do
well,
not.
no, okay.
So-
we might not claim him, just like
Okay,
the person.
but then that goes to saying that it's the
how-
parents. It's the fault of the parents because
well,
I mean,
I don't want to blame the parents.
I don't want to say it's the
I'm
parents'
blaming
fault. I'm going to say the system that the parents developed fault. Because the baby boomers strive to give their children everything that they needed to survive, especially after going through World War II and all that stuff. So they wanted their families to be, they wanted the white picket fence, they wanted the house, they wanted the stable
That's a
family
dream.
life. So that's what they did. They
American
set up
dream.
a system that would help fulfill that dream. And then the Generation X came along and just kept doing the same thing.
Actually-
they milked the system a little bit, and the system was already in place. So then when we did it, we got that little Generation X mentality of,
Right.
oh, we can just cruise. But to a worse degree, we're just like, oh, I'm supposed to get
But
this.
to be fair, I don't want the white picket fence. I don't want the old American dream because to me, I don't think it's sustainable in the long run. You
Of
know,
course not.
the American dream will put you in more debt than anything else.
Well, it depends on how you do it.
Well, yeah, it
yes.
depends on how you do it, but the basic American dream will put you in debt, and that's what a lot of our Generation Y don't. Not all of them.
That's
but
why we
s-
complain about student debt.
Yeah, but a small
Yeah.
group of us don't want that lifestyle because okay, I don't want to be tied down to a house because now I want to travel. I want to go see different places and meet different people outside of the U.S. You know, so we
Couch
don't.
surf.
Yeah, we want to couch surf. You know, go on Airbnb. You know, we're more of a global, socially connected type of generation in comparison to our lives because they didn't have the internet. They had AOL dial-up, but it wasn't like it is today.
I mean,
Oh,
that was in our
they didn't have
generation
any of that. That's
too.
still our generation.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I'm saying? So that white picket fence, having the
Actually, yeah, that was our
dog.
generation.
All that was our generation.
Yeah,
It wasn't our generation that developed it,
Yeah.
but it was
No,
within
was it
our
white picket
generation.
fence?
No. Like not
The AOL.
Like
No,
AOL,
AOL was
dial-up,
ours.
that was
AOL
all
was
within
ours.
our lifetime.
like. Oh God,
That's true.
Because actually,
That grew up with us.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Remember that dial-up? We only had one phone line.
yes, get off the damn phone so I can use the internet. I ain't check my email and this picture that's gonna take 10 minutes.
You
to load.
got mad.
But yeah, my parents came to the States like with the idea of not like it didn't start off as a white picket fence, but surprisingly that's where it ended up. Like they have they literally have white fences like that block off the backyard. I mean it was the American dream that kind of like they ended up falling into. But initially they came just because they wanted to make sure me and my brother got a better education.
Right.
Like, without working as hard though, because they knew in Korea, even back then, students had to study so much. Like
Yeah.
right now, literally there's a law that you can't be in a classroom teaching students past 10 o'clock, was it?
That's crazy.
That's a legitimate law because people are studying so much. They're
Just to
trying
try to
so hard.
get just try to get a job at Samsung.
Well, yeah, like because they get a job at Samsung and they have it for life though. is the
Yeah,
thing.
and, and that's the thing, and that is the thing with a nice amount of people in our generation. We don't want a lifetime job.
But
We don't want to be tied down to a job. Well,
But
some people do.
in America, they don't want to be tied down.
Yeah.
But if you look at it in in Korea, like we're here, like that's what people strive for. My cousin, like she found a job and she's planning on staying on it. Like my friend, she's doing the same thing. She literally found a job. She has to work horrible hours, but she's like, it's like how we do it here. It's not like I want to travel. Like she wants to travel, but only on her terms later when she wants to. Like
When she's like old.
yeah.
And then I'm like, no, I want to travel when I'm young. When I'm old, I want to be chilling, smoking my weed on my porch. If I have a porch.
Yeah, for
I might be in the woods.
with your own like plan.
on my land, on my farm, be a ganja farmer when I retire. That's my plan. But while I'm young, Generation Y, I want to travel. I want to explore different things, meet different people. I don't want to be tied down to one location because the world's too big. You know, we're in a different age where you can meet people in different lands and broaden your view on the world. And I want to be that old wise person where I'm like, you know what? I went to this country, did these things. Now I can tell you young bucks about it.
You wanna be the storytelling grandpa?
Yeah, I want to be the storytelling grandpa who still is lifting weights and doing jujitsu, and smoking my weed.
I mean, I kind of agree. Like, I'm more of the mentality of like, I'm an introvert, so I want to have my home station. I want to travel and I want to go do things and experience new things and try new things. I'm always open to it. But when it comes back down to it, I'm always going to want to go back to the central location. And that's my idea of the white picket fence and the whole American dream, is that I want something stable that I can always go back to.
Right.
But I still want to go out and experience new things, try new things. I don't have to have the same job for the rest of my life. As long as whatever I'm doing is fulfilling.
Yeah, and see, and you are an example of what we say. Not all of us who are Generation Y think that way. So he's a prime example of the part of our generation who do want that type of stability and security in a place to live and a workforce. So is our generation disloyal, self-important, and have high wage expectations in regard to working?
Disloyal, self-important, and what?
And have high wage expectations in regard to working. So expect to get paid a buttload of money.
Yeah, the high wage thing, I feel like is...
Yeah, because you said earlier they want to get $15 an hour working at McDonald's. If they get paid $15, and
I feel like our generation is fickle.
it's not. I feel like we live above our means, and I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, we do.
We live way above, and I can say I was doing that, and I'm now slowly starting to become more of a minimalist. How you say that? Like a
minimalist.
Minimalist. I'm starting to gravitate towards that type of lifestyle because it's simple, especially since I want to become like a nomad type of lifestyle when I got out the military, where I'm not held down to one location. I'm like, okay, honey, let's go to Europe now. This is go, and we don't have much, but we have.
Grab like a bag. And
just grab like a bag and go. I don't want to. So I don't have high wage expectations anymore. I do expect high income from the businesses I build. That comes from me building businesses versus I'm gonna go to McDonald's and say, look.
But that's because you built it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna go to McDonald's and be like, I want $15 an hour to serve a Big Mac.
And guess what? That $15 thing, I feel like that's only gonna push for like the automated ordering machines.
Oh,
so
definitely.
They have to hire less people instead of hiring 2 people to take orders for the lunch rush.
I think that also goes to the mentality of what you're talking about, where we expect high profits. So instead of companies actually staying loyal to employees and trying to keep employees together, or employees want to stay with companies, they're like, well, how can I make the most money? So like back in the day, Ford had all these employees that were so loyal to them, and they fought to keep those employees because they know that they were going to work hard for them and they were going to stay with the company and invest back in the company by buying their cars. Nowadays, McDonald's is like, okay, well, you want $50 an hour, well, half you are fired and we're going to put in these automated machines because the bottom line means is my profit margin is going to get touched, you're done.
They probably wouldn't put in automated machines. I used to work at McDonald's. This is gonna work the people who's there that much harder.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then eventually they'll just get rid of it. There'll be like 3 people working, maybe.
It's good.
But that's what I'm saying is like
can I get
nothing
the
is
first 2
loyal.
the last one we uncovered for the last whole video was like the first 2.
First one is disloyal. Self-important.
Disloyal?
Yeah, is our generation disloyal? And that goes back, I guess, talking about do we stay at a company for 20 and 30 years like our parents did?
And the company won't stay with us nowadays for 20 or 30 years
either.
either.
Well, okay, think about it. Back then, the way companies did keep employees was the benefit packages. That is what people didn't sometimes care too much about the wages, but the benefits package like healthcare, retirement, discounts on if you work for Ford, they probably got a good discount buying a Ford vehicle because they work for the company. Nowadays, it's not like that. Benefits are very expensive for companies to keep giving out, and especially now with all these other laws and taxes that's in place, it makes it difficult. And then with companies now being so publicly traded, like the big ones, their obligations are no longer just to customers and employees. Their obligations are to investors. And they have to make a profit for the investors. So now our generation, we see this. We're like, look, okay, this company isn't really looking out for me as much as they did for my parents if they worked for them. So I need to look out for myself so I can get the benefits that I want. So if this company's not going to give it, why should I give my time to a company that's not going to be loyal or good to me? So I think that's how some of our people in our generation view working for companies nowadays. And I guess I can see why they say we are maybe disloyal in a sense.
Because we know that the company's not going to be loyal to us.
Right.
So you're blaming companies.
No, I'm not blaming the company.
I'm not blaming the
You're
companies.
blaming
I'm saying,
the
like,
capitalistic idea of investors. That,
Whoa, I'm not blaming it. I'm just saying that's what happened.
That's how like
That's
cause
how-
and effect.
that's how-
yeah,
or,
because-
like, you know,
But that is the capitalist
I don't-
idea.
okay,
If you're not making money, there's no point.
Because my mistake saying like you're blaming, but like that's what it is. Like
because that's what happened.
one's causing the other,
Yeah.
and the other one's
Yeah.
causing that one. So it's like somewhere something happened. And it's the infinite.
It's
Yeah.
it's like squirrel, but with money.
Is when because the investors want profits. Like, hey, what are you doing to make our profit margins bigger? Okay, we're gonna cut benefits. For example, I'm like, look what they did. Look what our company did. They are trying to cut benefits because they need to save money, and because the U.S. The United States citizens are technically like the investors of our job, and they like, look, y'all spending too much
We
money.
were supposed to get a 1.8
Yeah,
raise,
y'all-
and then they
y'all-
cut that down to like
Y'all spending
1.1.
too much money right now. We need you to cut some of that fat. So okay, we got to cut something. We got to cut some of the benefits package. Or
No
we got
TDYs.
no TDYs. Or hell, okay, we have to make the force.
I don't get
small.
paid for my career.
Yeah, we got to make
Oh.
we got to kick some of you guys out. So it's the same like in a company who have investors they're obligated to. So Generation Y, I don't think it's our fault that they see us as being disloyal. We see it as, okay, well, look, you got to do what you got to do. We got to do what we got to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's a survival instinct. You know, it would be different if it was like, okay, cool. You guys get all these awesome benefits that we offer your parents and your grandparents. It's not like that no more. It's becoming down to where investors have companies' best attention. So we have to suffer. So that's why a lot of people do become entrepreneurs, where they can have a little more control over their lives. And
So they can.
It comes
you know,
with the same risk.
So they can cater for the investors and not the people, but also that's catering for themselves.
which
Well, I mean,
one?
That if you become your own, if you're an entrepreneur, with your
So-
business, you're catering for not just yourself, but now the investors that are investing in your company.
As if, because like for my
If
company,
you succeed.
I don't have investors in my company. It's just me, and now I plan a portion of my company profits is to invest it into community, like nonprofit organizations who wants to do good in the community, and that's what some companies, big corporations, that's what some of them do, and even smaller ones. But I don't have investors, so I don't have to worry about firing people to make investments happen because I own a company. Like if I have like 10 people, it's okay. Look, we're not making a lot of money. I would probably cut my income and my money before I would cut the income of my employee.
With that,
See,
though,
the biggest example of what he's talking about is Costco.
Yeah.
Costco is probably the best example of
See?
like a company attempting. They might not do it the best way or
Mhm.
that I might agree with, but they're at least attempting to take care of their employees first. And companies don't do that anymore
Yeah.
because all that matters nowadays is the bottom line. And that's
So do you care about having a big salary, vacation time, company loyalty, and benefits? Is that something you care about?
Of course. I'm not as, I guess, outgoing to do the whole entrepreneurial thing. I would like to maybe one day own my own company, but I don't mind working for a company. So I want to know that if I'm going to put all my time and effort to make this company a profit and give this company my ideas, that company is one, going to pay me, two, they're going to be loyal to the game. You know, you got to be loyal to your employees if you're expecting to get the best out of them. And if I feel like a company's not going to be loyal to me, why would I give it my best?
Right.
You know, and then of course I want vacation time. I got a family, so I want to travel and go do things. And you know, that's I think one of the key things that makes healthy and happy employees is allowing them some kind of freedom.
Right.
So if I don't have those three things, I'm not going to feel safe in my job, and then I won't necessarily feel that it's worth my time, and I'll find something else.
For me, the only thing that like, if I don't get paid a lot, if I get none of that stuff, but I'm happy doing it, I'd be completely down for. Like, I want to just find something that makes me happy. Like, so if I don't get vacation time and I have to work all the time, but at the same time every day I'm happy doing it, then I don't need a vacation time because that vacation time is what I'm doing.
Right.
I mean, yes, some of this stuff might suffer, but nothing comes without sacrifice. So like, I might not be able to take an awesome vacation with my family somewhere, but at the same time, in the future, when I do make time for myself, or when I do make time in the future, I will be able to come back and afford those kind of things for them.
Right.
Like salary-wise too, you know, I don't need much. I don't. Like, I only need a couple things, and there's a lot of wants, but at the same time, it's not gonna kill me.
Right.
So, but at the same time, again, if I'm happy doing it with all these less benefits, I guess, those wants are gonna be less important.
Right.
What is the
One.
company loyalty and benefits?
Yeah.
Company loyalty. If I'm happy doing my job, of course I'm gonna be loyal to the company. So it doesn't matter. That the happiness takes care of that. And the benefits, that one's like the only one. Like I would like to have the safety of of knowing back in my mind, like if something happened, the company can back me up. The benefits can help me out, or even like when I get out, the benefits will help me out. But if it comes down to it, again, I'm gonna choose happiness over all those. Like, so I just want to be happy with what I do.
Right. So I kind of agree with ParkyPark, and he's saying with the vacation thing, because so you have people who are like digital nomads, and if you don't know what a digital nomad is, these are like people who gave up the 9-to-5 job, who live a life where they're pursuing their passion, and they're living in different countries. They can be with some of them are married, so like they're pretty much working and vacationing at the same time, and they're doing their passions, and they're able to say, you know what, hey, let's we did enough work for this week. Let's go roam around Europe for the next few days. All right, cool. And they're young people. Some of them are older too. Yeah. And so it depends on your work situation. Where if you are working 9 to 5, then yes, you need to have vacation because you are in such a structured, rigid type of system where you can't do that nonstop. You have to take vacation.
Not fluid enough.
Yeah, versus a job, career field where it's your passion, where you have flexibility, where you can just take a vacation in between. But like I said, if you're doing something you love, you don't really need a vacation. But if you want to have some fun, doing vacation is just a plus on top of you doing your passion. So it just depends on your work situation, and if you consider vacation something you need or something you don't need.
True.
What
Like,
you're doing.
but that's also, it depends on the family, it depends
Yeah.
on the person.
Depends on family,
Let's
depends
say-
on the person,
let's
depends
say-
on the type of job. Because
Yeah.
you can be a digital nomad and doing something digitally you love, but there's also jobs that are 9 to 5 that people love.
Yeah.
That's what's fulfilling for them.
Yeah, but
so
if like, let's say you're happy with it, but your wife or your family deems that they want to do more, then unfortunately you're gonna have to either sacrifice their happiness or do something about it to change
Their
your
thinking.
happiness to make sure you know.
And that's why I like the vacation time, because for me, right now with my job, I don't really need a lot of vacation time. I enjoy my job, I have fun with it, and I get to go do things and see new people and learn more every day. But my wife doesn't get to see me as much, so we get that time then to go do things together and reconnect,
Right.
and just have us time and forget about everything else, like what's going on with her and what's going on with me. It's just us. That's the only thing we have to focus on at that time. And I think that's why the vacation time, working a 9 to 5 currently, is important to me.
So for me, I say pre-Air Force, I wanted a 6-figure income. I was like, I want to be a baller. I want to have like Mercedes Benz. I want a big old house and all that. But then after I joined the military and I started researching and I read the 4-hour work week, it made me rethink everything. And it talks about what do you really want in life. Figure out what you actually want in life and then base your income off of what you actually want. And then I started realizing, I don't want a big house. I don't want a fancy car. Because once I got rid of my car, I was like, yeah, this is nice. I don't have to worry about a vehicle. That's less things I have to worry about. I don't own a house. Cool, I don't have to worry about owning a house. I was like, I like this lifestyle of having less things and being able to have more freedom to do more. So my need for having a huge income went from wanting to have $200,000 a year to like, hey, I'm happy with $60,000, $100,000 a year, as long as I can travel, do jiu-jitsu, lift weights, and chill with people I love and care about. So like, I don't really care about the big salary no more, and because if I have all this money and I don't really enjoy doing what I do to get all this money, what's the point in it? I'm just gonna be like another rich, miserable person who just gets fat and looks horrible. So I don't really care about the big salary. As long as I have enough to do what I want to do, which is travel, train jiu-jitsu, lift weights, and produce more content and spend time with my wife and family, I'm happy. And it may be $5,000 a month. Okay, cool. I can live with that. I'm good. And I have no debt. Even better.
Yeah.
So vacation, I'm all about vacation. But then again, even now when I take leave, I'm taking leave to go do something that I love. So like if I take like a week of leave, I'm going to do jiu-jitsu. So like I treat my leave, vacation time as my time to actually go do my passion. That's why I was saying I agree with Park is like, because if you're doing your passion, it's not really vacation. It's like, it's every day is vacation.
Yeah.
Because you're doing your passion. So like I take leave to work on YouTube stuff. I take leave to work on my business. I take leave to work on jiu-jitsu stuff.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, and I have no problem with it. So it's more like I'm taking a vacation. I'm taking a vacation from a job so I can have more free time to do my passion. So that's one of the benefits from working a job is I get these days I can use to put towards my passion. So like, if I was doing my passion, I really don't care about the vacation time. But if I'm not doing my passion, then I need the vacation time so I can do my passion. So that's...
Yeah, like...
But yeah, like our generation, I think our generation is, we're more open because we're not as conservative like previous generations were. We're a lot more open, we're a lot more culturally sensitive than other generations, our predecessors, because we're a global world. We're connected globally. We're not so segregated off by borders anymore like how it was back then. We have the internet that connects us all together, so we're no longer just like, but we still have those people though, unfortunately.
So
Socially retards.
generally, we are entitled, like overall, but we have a reason to be.
Yep, we got good reasons. So, thank you for watching this episode of Coffee Talk. I am Nola. This is ParkyPark, and this is Wonder. He's not gonna say nothing. We will post these videos every Wednesday. And also, you can comment below saying like if there's a certain topic you want to talk about. Make sure you like this video, share this video, and we'll have our links in the description of this video. And thank you for watching Nola TV. It's Nola baby. It's Nola, baby.